361 billion emails are sent every single day. That's billion with a B. How many of those billion are you sending in your Reiki business? I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing, where my mission is to help build 10,000 Reiki businesses for a better world. An email is one powerful way to build your Reiki business. You know, email is one of the most underused tools for building a Reiki business. Now, email is incredible because email is not going anywhere. Email is not going away. And so while our clients and potential clients might take social media breaks, they might go off of social media, or if we have an in-person business, maybe they're not walking past our Reiki studio every day, but the chances are pretty darn good that they are checking their email. And I don't know of anyone who takes an email break. One of the biggest mistakes that I see Reiki business owners make is not having email, not using email in their Reiki business. And when I say not having and not using email, I don't mean, sending messages to clients or receiving inquiries about their services. I mean using an email sender to send out emails to their clients and potential clients on an email list. This is what I mean when I say using email in your Reiki business. Now, I talk about why email is such a good tool for our Reiki business in the latest episode of the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. I'll drop that link down below so that you can go there straight away and listen in. But first, I want to share with you my top 3 tips for email that you need to know no matter where you are on your Reiki business email journey. Whether you already are using email or have yet to start using email, you're going to want to do these 3 things right now. Number 3. If you are subscribed to an email list and you no longer want to receive emails from that sender, but you're not mad at the sender, they haven't annoyed you, you don't dislike them, and you did indeed sign up for the emails, please don't mark the emails as spam or junk. This has a negative impact on the sender. And so you might receive an email and think, oh, I don't want to hear about this. This is crap. And you might just throw it in your spam folder, mark it as spam, throw it in your junk folder. That is actually a bad thing for the sender. You see, when we send emails from a sender, we get a rating, and the spam complaints, the junk complaints, actually decrease your rating so that when you get a lot of spam complaints, your rating decreases and your messages don't get delivered so much. So if you are getting messages that you don't want, by all means, mark them as spam if you didn't sign up for the list. If you did sign up for the list, please just unsubscribe and don't mark them as spam. Number 2. This is very important. Make sure that you don't put people on your list without their permission. You need to have permission before you add someone to your email list. Something that often happens, and I know because it happens to me, is that new Reiki business owners will start an email list and they'll say, oh, I need to add people to my list. Who am I going to add? Well, I'm going to add my friends. I'm going to add my contacts. I'll add my clients. Oh, and I know lots of Reiki business owners. I'll add them. And hey, I'm on that Christian guy's list. I'm going to add him too because I get his emails and so he'll want to get mine. Well, actually, Christian may very well want to get your emails, but adding someone without their permission is not cool. It's not professional, and actually, in some instances, it is illegal. So, we always want to make sure that we have permission before we add someone to our email list. And just because we are on someone else's email list doesn't mean that they want to be added to ours. Now, like I said, sure, I'll get on your email list, but don't just automatically add me. Here's why. The number one thing that you need to do when you are considering starting an email list, or even if you're not considering starting an email list, create a brand new email address just for getting on lists. In my Reiki business, I don't use my Reiki business email address for signing up for lists. I don't use it because that is a very important and special space for all of my Reiki business stuff. At my Reiki business email address, I receive messages from clients and potential clients. I send out notifications. I receive bills and communication from vendors. And I can't have mailing list emails coming into that address. And so several years ago, I created a special email address specifically for getting on to other Reiki business owners' lists and other lists that I might be interested in getting notifications and messages from. I recommend that you do this too and not receive mailing list messages into your Reiki business email address. And for me, I do check that mailing list email address frequently, and so yes, indeed, I do see what you put out on your mailing list. Are you using email in your Reiki business? Drop it down below for us and let us know yes or no you are or you are not. And of course, please do feel free to grab my free Reiki Biz Kit at standingstoneshealing.com/Reiki Biz Kit. Sending lots of blessings and best wishes to your emails.